Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Huddle Breakdown and the first episode of Across the NFL. Each week on Mondays, we will break down what happened the previous week and look ahead to the upcoming opponents. Today, we will look at what happened during the offseason for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I did not play any preseason games this year because, of course, the NFL did not, with the pandemic going on in the world. We'll start this episode today with a look at the settings for our league this year. 12-minute quarters and on all Madden with no sliders yet. We'll take a look at roster cuts. We decided to cut Keenan Cole, save about $3 million in cap space, and we will also cut veteran Tremaine Brock Sr. Here's a look at some notable releases, or the releases here in the transaction log. No one too special there. Terry Godwin III and Mike Glennon does get released. We'll look now at some signings. Taquan Mazzell Sr., who I like a lot, think could play some valuable snaps with us at running back. Quez Watkins, who I like as a rookie. He's got some nice stats there. And David Wells at tight end. I don't know if it's a glitch in this year's Madden, but there was no fullbacks in the fullback pool of free agency. We did not have one on the team, so we take David Wells and we will move him to fullback, and we will give him the number 32 here in a Jacksonville Jaguars uniform. We'll take a look now at the injury report, at what happened over the offseason. Couple big injuries, all three guys on IR: Al Woods, Rashawn Melvin, and Josh Oliver, who we would have liked to have seen play some games for us this year. Big news out of Denver: they signed quarterback Colin Kaepernick to a one-year, $13.7 million contract. He'll come back to the league since 2016, and he will presumably take the starting spot away from Drew Lock, and they may be already given up on that experiment just after a year with Drew Lock. We'll take a look now at our roster. Gardner Minshew will, of course, be our starter this year, a big development year for him, and we can really decide if he is the future of this franchise. Of course, no Leonard Fournette, so a running back by committee is what we're going to have to do this year. David Wells, the fullback, as you saw earlier in the video. Wide receivers now, and of course, I think everyone here is excited to see the rookie, Laviska Shenault Jr., get some snaps at wide receiver. We'll probably play him a lot. Tight ends: Tyler Eifert, the veteran, who's going to be the center of that group. On the offensive line now, Brandon Linder, center for us. We're excited to have him. Centers are huge in the National Football League and, of course, in Madden. Go to the defense now. Josh Allen is always going to be a stud. Tim Jernigan there at defensive tackle. A couple injuries there as well. Linebackers: Joe Schobert, who we like a lot for his speed, as well as Miles Jack. I think this team has a pretty solid linebacker core. And of course, for the secondary, C.J. Henderson, the first pick of the Jags this year. Very excited to get him some action this season. And the special teams, the specialists: Josh Lambo and Logan Corner. There's a look at the practice squad now for this team. No big names on the practice squad. We'll head now and look at some of the training for this team and who we're going to focus on here. There you see C.J. Henderson. I will not be playing the training. I don't want to get the XP too high for these players, so we're just going to do a bronze and see how it goes. There you saw we had a couple hidden developments. We'll see what Laviska Shenault and Henderson have. Now, goals for this year: obviously we want to make the playoffs, but this roster is not great to start. We're going to start off at just 4 wins. Hopefully we will do better than that and get this team better here in the coming years. We do have an upgrade for the rookie, Laviska Shenault, and deciding here what I wanted to do for him. And we will decide to give him route runner, as he needs a lot of help with that. Try to get him a all-around receiver for this team. We'll talk a little bit now here about the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were 6-10 last year. That means we were 4th in the AFC South. This is Doug Marrone's 4th year, full year, here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're 176 and 224 overall record, with 7-7 in postseason. Last playoffs came in 2017, and there has been 5 team head coaches. As you see, we now get to Tyler Eifert, who is getting up there in age, but still can play for us at the tight end position. We'll now move back to the depth chart, and we'll see what we've decided as Laviska Shenault will bump up all the way from the 4 to the 2. We'll play him at the 2 slot of wide receiver, and we will also go to cornerback and move C.J. Henderson, the rookie, to number 1 corner, as well as giving Laviscus those snaps at slot this year. We'll go now to the Colts, as they are our Week 1 opponent. They have a pretty good roster. Last year, they were 3rd in the AFC South, 7-9 overall record. This is Frank Reich's 3rd season with the team, and this is a big game, a big season for Phillip Rivers. This will be his first game in a Colts uniform, and we will get to see that. Some big injuries, though, on the Colts side. No Marlon Mack Week 1, and as well, no DeForest Buckner. He's going to be out 6 weeks with a dislocated ankle, and the coaching staff, the offensive coaching staff of the Jags, is liking that he will not be in today's game. That will wrap things up for us here on episode 1 of Across the NFL. Tune in on Friday for Week 1 action against the Indianapolis Colts. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you around at the next Huddle Breakdown.